Talk to you today about adding CarPlay to your Mercedes Benz. There are several different options depending on your class of car and the year. The most straightforward and easiest option is just to simply unlock it. Some of these cars do have the hardware capability to run CarPlay, but they're not unlocked. One of the best examples I can give you is a C218 platform, the facelift from like 2015 to 2018. Those can run CarPlay, and if it doesn't have CarPlay in the car, all you need to do is go to the dealer or go to a tuner and get like a USB plug, and like they can just code it. Easy. All right, so that's the best option that uses all hardware. That's OEM. What you won't get on that is to touch. You won't be able to just touch the screen, right? You'll have to use the command knob. But having OEM electronics, there is something to be said for that, because the aftermarket stuff is cool, but it's not quite as seamless as OEM. The next option is Android. They make a lot of really nice boxes out of China. I use DMP Car Design. They ship it out quickly. You can reach a human. Now, that being said, if you have like some really advanced technical question, I don't know how well their support will hold up, but for the basic questions, they will be there for you, and they will ship it out very quickly. The price is only a little bit higher than like Alibaba, and I would definitely recommend going with them. If you do this route, there are some minor hiccups. You'll want to use a USB DAC. I have some videos on that. And you'll probably want to make sure that the install is really tight and doesn't rattle. Another kind of downside is sometimes the switching is a little wonky. Like if you're starting up your car, maybe you don't want to use Android Auto, or you don't want to go to CarPlay. It'll probably try to switch over to that no matter what. Sometimes if it's really hot out, like the middle of summer, it won't even work. Like it'll turn off, right? So I do think OEM electronics are a little better than the Chinese electronics. All right, so the next option after that, right, is basically like a little module, which is pretty much the same sort of Android thing, but it uses the same screen as stock. A lot of the same, pros and cons are with that. One of the things I've seen though with the GLC platform and the C platform is that when you use those little boxes, they do run over Bluetooth. So I haven't tried it, but I saw that, and you'll have the same OEM audio quality, which you might not have with the Android head unit unless you really put some work into getting the DAC, like an iBoss. So, all right, next option, which is kind of interesting, is you can go to a NTG 5.5. So 5.1, you can unlock CarPlay. 5.2, you cannot unlock CarPlay unless you have not a command screen, the smaller screen, and you need to have like some sort of option code like 154 in your build. Some people in the past on MB World take a C205 or a 205, which is a C class, and what they'll do is they'll take out the command system from a build that's like, let's say, 2017 or something, and they'll retrofit the Audio 20 system, which is basically, I want to say it's like $800 for the radio, plus like maybe, I don't know, $80 for the USB thing, maybe a couple $100 for the display, maybe $500, $700. I haven't priced that one. And then a couple $100 for coding. And you can get Android Auto and not Android, yeah, probably Android Auto, but you can definitely get CarPlay like that. The problem is you're using the 7-inch screen. If you use the 8-inch screen and not the 7-inch screen, it'll just show up in part of the screen. Okay, now that's kind of a lot of work. That's maybe $1,300 to $1,500, $1,600. Another option, and I keep kidding you with more options, right? But this is pretty much the penultimate option, or not? No, not that. Forget the penultimate shit. All right, this is the ultimate option, right? Basically, for like a C class where you have 5.2, you cannot get CarPlay. You can actually upgrade that straight to NTG 5.5. So instead of trying to keep I don't know. Instead of all the other options I've went over, I'm not going to repeat them all, right? I will, but I'm not going to, right? You can upgrade straight to NTG for 5.5. You need the box, like the radio, and you're going to need the screen. So those are somewhat expensive, a couple $1,000s, right? But here's the thing that's really cool about it. You can upgrade your dash to the video dash, the LCD dash at the same time. So instead of, if you don't like the analog dash, you can go with the digital dash. You can get the NTG 5.5. You can get it all. It's a kind of a similar upgrade to, you know, going from command to audio 20, but it's you know, the difference is quite steep between NTG 5.5 and regular 5.2 or whatever. Because you get the digital gauge cluster, it's a much cleaner interface. Some of the downsides of this are it's a little more expensive. I think it's going to be about $4,000 to $5,000. You know, maybe $3,000 if you're good at finding, you know, used parts and whatever. That being said, this is pretty big difference between the up facelift and the non-facelift, and some people prefer the non-facelift C classes because they're just a little louder, a little more raw. I don't know why, but that's what people say. So that's a really good option. You might have to do some coding with it and you know, make it work. There might be like little things that are off, like maybe it'll list your car as like an S class instead of a C class or something. You know, I looked into the forums, but I haven't actually done this install, but I know it's possible. I know all these things are possible. I have done the Android installs, as you've seen in the previous video, so I can speak to that. But these are the different options to add CarPlay. Oh, fine. All right, that was the penultimate. There's one more option, right? And that's just a really nice phone holder. So you put your phone next to your radio, and you can, you know, you don't use the CarPlay, but you can see it. All right, guys, until next time, bye.